It's the shape of the electron orbital.
Around the whole thing.
So it's like one.
And so this is kind of become one of the focuses of the spectrometry project, is to measure exactly the color there. I mean, this is almost like a pretty good test itself, right? Like, if there's hydrocarbons in there, it's glowing. But then you wonder, if there's plant material, will the chlorophyll in even dead plant material glow? Probably not, but we want to make sure, because you look at like olive oil, and in the dark you can see two different distinct colors.
Are they the same colors with the fluorescent? That's fluorescence, right?
Yeah, that's fluorescence.
So it's the same orangey color that's fluorescing from the laser.
This is a better UV light.
So that's the extra version. The orange one.
Yeah, a lot better light.
And you actually know what that orange is from?
Well, the molecule. Well, in this one it's chlorophyll.
Yeah.
But the sorry,
On the BP is probably not.
in the BP oil, there's like go on this canal, the bad stuff. So and this is nanometer range. This is a spectrum that was published. I illegally copied it from the internet.
And that's a measure of the color.
Yeah. So this is exactly right. So this is actually blue. That's kind of green, and red is over here somewhere. So this is actually a lot of ultraviolet data, and we can't necessarily. People on the spectrometry list, the public lab spectrometry list, are very optimistic that we can get all the way down here. But for the time being, we're really looking at like here up. So I mean, the dream, the awesomeness would be if we could set our spectrometers up in a completely dark space, line them up, have a lot of light coming in, and detect these kinds of waves. The likelihood is actually going to, I think, be pretty low, because there's going to be multiple things. They're not going to be separated out like this. They'll be blended together, so you'll get all these different spectra mixing. But if you could see these 4 distinct little peaks here, or these, and you could pick them out, and you saw them in one sample and not in the other, etc., that would be kind of the dream scenario, you know. And we may be like years away from that, but that's kind of beginning to end the entire story.
UV is absorbed.
That's exactly how you use it.
Okay.
And this is one I just built, which is the paper version.
Oh, how neat.
And it's kind of, it needs some work, because like these joints are too weak, and so it's still kind of iterating on this one. But this is supposed to fit on most phones. So
Got it, okay.
anyone has a... Yeah. So I actually switched the side. No, this is pretty close to the final version. I moved the hole up a bit, so it's more like this now. But, and if we look, oh, we don't have a DVD in here, so we can actually add the DVD right now and see what that looks like.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe first things first. Let's get these.
Not in the black box.
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
They perform the same role. They perform the same function.
Yes, but
They're a different mechanism.
diffraction and refraction.
I wanted to give you the key.
Oh, are you on your way? You got to run?
This afternoon, so I'll check out that once. I just
But if you got all the stuff? Okay. Well, Matthew, it's fun to meet you, and I've enjoyed working on the kite. I don't know if we'll get to it before we go.
The science of it, the better.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Well, just let me know if you need it. Otherwise, because I can pin it up on the wall like they were doing. Because they have some people with 4 people or 3 people in a room, right? But so
a little bit easier.
yeah. All right. Good fun. So other people caught fish. What kind did they catch?
Yeah, they caught like I think some drums.
I don't know what a drum is.
Yeah, it looked like a fat trout.
Oh, okay.
Like instead of not so elongated.
Beefier, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. This is cool. Did you just come in on this?
Yeah.
You were in the other session, Matthew, as well? Okay.
Straylight and a couple others in the list respectively.
So they're hacking up the DVD here to be able to modify it. Jeff's got one of these little paper prototypes that goes on a smartphone, and he and Stuart are working on that piece.
Exactly why it results in this way.
Yeah, this looks really interesting.
And they couldn't do it.
Do you mind showing this part?
Yeah. Also, I never touched the edge, which is not a problem. You can polish it. I have a glasses cloth here, but I just.
You mean the face or the edge?
Well, the face near the edge, because that's what we're going to use. So.
Of what? physically defined is in there, it just tells you presence.
So,
We're not doing it, it's
yeah,
not
that's perfect.
quantitative.
Right, so often a lot of it will be damaged when you're cutting it.
Yeah, I noticed that's why I wanted to watch you do it.
So what I do is I take this, and then you usually can find a little edge near the outside. And sometimes you gotta, it's like a can of ice cubes sometimes.
Right, that's probably, gotcha.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
And so this is a really nice piece of grading.
And what's that is the bottom edge.
Yeah,
It's the bottom edge.
The label came off from the other one. And so
You
this,
can already see it from here. You can see it lighting up with sort of the prismatic effect.
You can see the spectrum already, especially because these are discrete lights, so you can see like the blue, 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 green, red through these. But what I haven't done a quantitative look at this, but these weird patterns, I don't think they make a big difference.
From the cutting?
Yeah, I don't think that I generally try to avoid any irregularities, but when I've chosen through necessity of
If you score it with an exacto knife, maybe.
Oh no, the toothpick. Okay, well I wouldn't.
Here, I'm gonna. Well, actually, do you want to cut out a piece that fits roughly in the window?
Let's try to do that, guys.
So in our sample
out of
of,
this.
we grabbed a few things from the cafeteria and hoped that they would be
Right. So I'm gonna open this up
basically
and boot it
pseudo
up.
sterile, like
Can be overshooted.
grade and pre-packaged. You know, these are the kind of.
So what's the size? It's that little square opening in the end of the paper prototype that you're sizing for, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
The wrapped up toothpick, except that from So,
This is so, it's so fun to do this hands-on with a group because you see in ways that you just don't get, and you know, when you're looking at it, even the best instructions. So,
Stu, I'm gonna log in as you.
sure,
I'm trying to fill it up to cover the.
cool.
No, you need near the outer edge.
we need to shake. And
You want to use the piece near the outer edge.
What's the benefit there, Chris?
It's a greater radius, so it's less curvature to the grooves.
Okay.
You don't read spectral workbench?
No, I'm as I say, I'm just hanging on by my fingernails,
Want to do
man.
another one?
Sure.
I'm clearly way behind.
Here, actually, we have
So,
piece right there. Where's your cleaning cloth?
oh, sorry.
You want to get the sun actually. Yeah.
So
you want to look
here-
somewhere. You want to try to look through the atmosphere and not through that.
Darn me,
And
really.
then look through. Right, and get that, and then you
Let's get it lined
there.
up. This is the other
Make
issue.
mistakes
actually.
here.
Workbench will do for you.
Correct it.
Take a baseline, and it lets you put.
Oh, so should I keep this and shape?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Air. Your sample too.
That's a well exposed.
Yeah.
Wait.
We could turn the brightness down just a tad.
So
And
what's
it's perfect exposure. It's great. It's a great spectrum.
and what is that of now? That's of
So-
this particular source, that light.
Xenon light. Just
Okay.
There'll be a soundtrack.
And what's a good characteristic of xenon?
It's just
Really white?
It has even spread of color. There's no missing gaps, and it goes pretty far into the ultraviolet and the infrared, so it's especially wide. But honestly, I haven't seen qualitatively. I haven't seen a big difference between this
Yeah,
and
that's
this.
why we would use these.
Yeah,
This would be the only one.
I think once we get
Yeah,
into
it's a lot
the
easier
other
to cut.
ranges,
In between our light source.
Okay, so
and
right now
our-
we're more limited by the camera over there.
From
This is
this,
the collection container.
where would you say is 700 nanometers is? Where's the end of visible?
So this is what we got to do.
Probably
is-
right about here,
For
right?
instance, in a desktop
this is a
spectrometer
little
where the light source is
odd, but,
placed, and the light source
I
is
think
placed
if we
underneath, you can set a level petri dish
if we do this,
or out your sample.
oh no, that doesn't work. You have to pull the whole thing off. And then if you can lift this,
So it's
we'll try to get the really good.
now it says
They're non-labeled
So
you'll have to hit save.
And then these particular samples works are something.
Go down, sure.
That's okay.
Sure. You can get right up on it.
You signed the liability form, so it's all right.
Yeah, as near as we can tell, and you've carefully done it.
All right, so
Basically,
we're not getting such a good signal
this
here.
is our worksheet right now.
It's 50%. 50% is pretty good. There you go.
There you.
Now,
Wait, I'll get that again. Go.
is that what I have to do? Or should I hit enter?
No, I think
Did I do
maybe you
it?
didn't have hard enough. Wait, let's.
Yeah.
Wait, let's go back. We gotta get a better one. And I'm gonna turn off this RGB stuff so you can see the clear.
Also,
Right.
your spec, before
It's much easier to have a bulb on the ground.
Spectrometer itself has
Lost
some
the
calories.
cartoon.
No, this is the flaps that are going to test for the phone.
And
Oh, this is.
tag it.
Where was that really good? I think it is.
Other than that, there's no numbering system other than the fact that the URL that gets generated for each subsequent spectrum.
Oh wait, is this the wrong side? Where was that
So
really good
that's how your
spot?
computer gets a unique URL.
I think we need to drag and.
That's just in time order. That has nothing to do with what it is.
Well, this shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, we can do it based on this, but
It's interesting. You had like 3x the amplitude earlier, and now it's eluding us. There, this is going to come
that's
in.
good enough. Just get that. And then we'll name it like calibration.
Gotcha. Doesn't even matter, but just
So this will be a little rough. Like if we had
keep in
a
mind, like I
had a
do
more,
choose like the most basic ones,
focused one.
but the point of what we use them
So
for
if we
is just
name that
because
calibration,
you turn it
it's already
on,
marked as a new
basically turn
calibration.
that bulb on once,
And,
you see
maybe say
where your
fluorescent.
spectrometer is seeing mercury.
Where do we
And
name
in the
it?
software, you specify that band, and then
Oh.
the software remembers. So as long as you use the same number every time.
Yeah.
Same thing.
What did I name it?
Compare this with what you have in calibration.
Matt?
To add to that on fluorescent lights,
This is the
like
original one?
fluorescent lights are more accurately thought of as a mercury vapor lamp. So every fluorescent light is 2 electrical points that are generating a vapor of mercury inside the tube. And then the differences in color are the phosphor. So the mercury always generates the same frequencies of UV light. And then the UV
I don't know what's
light
wrong
is
with
the
this piece. Maybe it's the
phosphorus,
wrong side.
and phosphorus
It looks.
phosphoresce.
So if you guys want to
But
see,
there will always be
That's our fluorescent light.
identification there because except because the phosphorus will
I can't wait to see the documentary.
I did
Kind of
45,
weak
some
but you
people
can see the peaks, no
different ones,
problem.
but DVR seems to be pretty close. I mean, that's the camera. But you just wanted to show up. Perfect. So you guys, we just pointed this at a fluorescent light and took a spectrum, and we signed in on Stuart's computer with his public live username, and he doesn't have any previous calibrations stored. So this first spectrum of his is it's not. We couldn't get too close to it. It's really great to have one that's a desktop one because you can just shove it against the bulb. But it's pretty good. We can definitely see the lines we need. So until you create a calibration and save it, there's not going to be any units on your graph because it doesn't know what color is what, right? So this is the very first step. And I apologize. We're going to try to improve the interface. It's pretty ugly right now. But you press this button, calibrate. And we can go through this a few times if you want. It's also the very first video on the front page of spectralworkbench.org. But it's good to see here. And then it kind of says, click on the middle blue band. And I know this one here is it. And there's a learn more link. So I'm going to just, you can see it's like 25%, 27%. I'll click there. And it says, click on the bright green band. So I'll kind of go over here. And we actually see 2. And I think that that's a problem with how I built that. I think it's kind of a sloppy build. But I'm going to click right between them.
So what would be sloppy about the way it was built? That makes that have 2 peaks?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen that on other.
That's fair.
I haven't seen that on other ones that I've made. So,
Okay.
and that was the first one.
Maybe the slit has, it's not
Maybe a reflection.
Yeah, reflection off the slit. Something like that.
So what happened now is it refreshed, and now there's a scale bar. So it shows you the exact nanometer wavelength along this, and you can kind of move your cursor and see
Very cool.
everything. And now actually, when we go back to this online thing, and if we refresh it, I think actually something weird. This connection to the webcam is like a totally new feature. So yeah, and we'll say allow. It's annoying, but hardly necessary. And you notice now actually it's calibrated. So we'll. Alright, so now actually you can see exactly the wavelength that the light is at. So now if we want to test something, we can put it in and it'll be scaled data. So that's kind of we call that the hello world of spectroscopy for your programmers out there.
So there's some discussion about, some people on the forum were just concerned that the two lines you're using to calibrate are in the middle, they're close together instead of out on the edges. I can't remember what people thought you should do about that.
We had there's a feature, there's in the API now, which is totally new, but kind of works. You can use any two known lines. So some people were saying they wanted to use like a green laser and a blue laser, or a red laser and a blue laser, two other lines besides the ones that we arbitrarily, well, we chose based because anyone has a fluorescent light, which you don't have to buy a special laser.
But how do you see that? Does the resolution fade as you get towards the end, or does it work fine?
It can sometimes stretch a little towards the end.
Yeah.
But one thing is that when you click on the little peak, you have to like move your mouse pixel at a time, and I think that's introducing more error than where the lines are. So we're going to add something where when you click, it finds the highest point near where you clicked, and that'll probably like dramatically improve everything. So, but the spectral resolution is really quite good. So anyway, and I guess we're making one of these here, so we're gonna. This is the mobile one. That's all. I didn't want to disrupt all the different projects, but that's a good first step. So. Cool.
I think lunch is getting ready.
So Cindy, we want to do some film testing.
So were you able to see the grading stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, good, Dan.
Do you want to do it under your own public web account? You know what? I'm going to do like this cheating thing where I'm going to save this calibration so we don't.
If anyone's part of lunch making crew, that it's time to get going.
Okay. Yes. Actually, even I can like make a little alert.
Why you thought you said that?
Generally, that was a little too hard.
I was going to do this cheating trick where we didn't steal a student's data.